What's up, YouTube? Gonna do another review. We got another high-end Mr. G. Let's see what all the fuss is about. Let's go. What's up, YouTube? We got another awesome review today. We got the Mr. G B1000 B-1A, and this one, guys, it's one of the high-end G-Shock watches. For those who are new to my channel, thank you so much for finding me. Welcome to my channel. You either found me by mistake, by some kind of sign from God or whatever it may be, but welcome to my channel. And for those who follow me along, thanks for joining me once again. And here we go, another great review and unboxing of the Mr. G B1000 B-1A, which retails for about $2,800, guys. Now, this watch itself has so much to talk about, a lot in terms of design, functionality, and some other cool details. So let's get started, and please bear with me. It will be a lengthy video. I will show you how to set up the watch itself, and we'll discuss some of the future content, including another for sale video, which has been very popular with the channel so far. And let's get started. We're in the beautiful white gloves. People have asked me before, please wear white gloves when it comes to these high-end watches. They don't want to see my ugly fingers, but here they are. Here it is, Mr. G. It's got a nice reflective mirror finish on the top there, the Mr. G. This is one of the only watches in terms of the luxurious watches that come in these nice boxes, and I'll show you what I mean shortly here. It's got the G-Shock logo on the side, also with the mirror finish. There you go. Some nice little cool details there, which are not essential, not important. And here it is. This is what I was referring to. Here's this black piano box, nice mirror finish black piano box with the what do you want to call it, brush metal Mr. G logo stamped right on the top there. You don't get this type of box with any of the other G-Shocks. So MTGs do come in a different kind of box, but it's not high end such as this one. So here it is. It's got this, it's like a gray finish. You can see it's a little dirty, a little smudgy. It is piano black, so you do get a lot of smudges on the box itself. And then on the side here, I'm gonna show you guys nothing too crazy, but inside of this box, you get the manual. You also get the Mr. G warranty card, which is different from the standard G-Shock warranty card. Some other pamphlets and whatnot. Let's see what else is in here. Here we go. The warranty information booklet. This is the Q, I think they call it the Q, for the Mr. G connected app, which is mental note, guys. There are 3 different applications that you use for the G-Shock watches. For the Mr. G, it's got this kind of Mr. G connected Bluetooth application that you have to use. Don't use a standard app because it won't work with this watch. This one's designed specifically for the Mr. G G-Shock watch. So let's put this to the side. I know this not that important. All right, so let's open this bad boy up. Here it is, Mr. G on the top there. This got like a gold little design there, Mr. G. Looks pretty cool. And then you also have this fox leather looking design in there. Got a little card there with the Mr. G Bluetooth equipped wave scepter, whatnot. Nice little pillow. Here's the tag. Now let's talk a little bit about the tag. A lot of information on the tag itself. Here it is. Mr. G B1000 B-1A, module 5556, US $2,800 USD retail price. That's the SKU if you guys are interested in looking for that. Let's decipher a little bit the actual model number. The Mr. G, for some of you guys didn't know, little fun fact, the Mr. G stands for majestic, or I don't know if some people say it's majestic or magical, but majestic reality G-Shock. That's what the Mr. stands for. So I always thought it was Mr. because it's a sophisticated piece, sophisticated brand. But no, it's because of the majestic reality G-Shock. Fun fact, the 1000 is a series number. There's also a 2000 series, which is a little bigger than the 1000. B is for Bluetooth, 1 is for black, and A is for analog, because this watch, in fact, is an analog watch. So put this down to the side. Here's the back of the G-Shock tag. Not important. I'll save that because this watch most likely will be sold at near future to one of my beautiful viewers that may come forward, I am selling this watch for $1,800. It retails for $2,800. You could get it for $1,800. Reach out to me if you have any interest in this watch. We'll figure something out. So I'll try my best not to drop it like I do with all my other watches when I review them. But let's take this plastic off so we could get a nice look at it. So forgive me, future owner. I've tried my best to protect the watch and keep it immaculate condition. So, oh, Lord, there it is. Let's take this in for a second, the MRG-B1000. Now, again, this is the top of the line. So you're looking at fine materials, top of the line materials used in this watch. And we'll discuss that shortly. Again, this video will be lengthy, so we can discuss this as much as possible in detail without skipping any facts or any information, and show you how to set it up as well. Now, this watch itself, although it is the top line of the G-Shock watch brand, it's the same G-Shock technology that you're used to. It's still gonna take a beating. It's intended to be worn. It's got the tough technology in there and nice materials to further the strength of this particular model. The bands itself and the watch itself is made of titanium, but it's got a deep layer hardening to make it not only as strong as titanium, but 5 times stronger than normal titanium. Now, the glass itself, it's not mineral glass. They're using sapphire glass in this glass, which makes it resistant and to scratches and much more stronger than your average mineral glass in all your watches. It does have a non-reflective coating, which I love. Now, this is one thing I love about high-end watches, the non-reflective coating on these watches. Now, Rolex, Breitlings, and some of the other high-end brands also have this technology, which is kind of cool because when you have the watch on your wrist and you put it on and you have a little bit of sun, a little bit of artificial lighting, you get a little bit of feedback from the light. And this non-reflective coating does help significantly in real life. I know this is artificial lighting, but in real life, it does help give you a better view of the time when you have it on your wrist. All right. There's also a DLC coating on the actual band. So that makes it scratch resistant, a lot more scratch resistant than non-DLC coating watches. Okay, so that's one cool function about these watches, the features about this watch. Now, all these things that they've done just makes the watch very tough and scratch resistant. And again, it's intended purpose to be worn in both business and non-formal settings. So feel free to wear this watch with jeans or suits or whatever the case may be. This watch, like I said, the 1000 series, it's smaller than the 2000 series. This one here is 52.2 by 46.2 by 14.6 millimeters. Now that's 52 by 46 by 14. The 2000 series is 54 versus 52, 49 versus 46, and 16 versus 14. Now, it's not that big of a difference, but it's very subtle. Unless you put them side by side, you can kind of tell the difference. Now, personally, I have a small wrist. I like the 1000 series, but there's something about the 2000 series that I like more. But this watch, nevertheless, is cheaper than the 2000 series and still the Mr. G. So you get the technology from the Mr. G, the prime and the high-end materials with a much smaller ticket price, which is pretty cool. Now, let's talk about some of the functions. Now, let's take a look here. Take this off momentarily. Sorry, future owner. I promise to clean it up when I'm done. Oh, goodness gracious. All right. Check out this band. Now, DLC coating. It's got a nice reflective mirror finish on it as well. It's a little smudgy there. I got to clean that up soon. But look at this watch, guys. It's got this cool rose gold outline on the bezel there. You can see it there. And I'll get a nice macro shot of all this when I get closer to the end of the video. But you also have this beautiful, stunning rose gold button on the bottom right there. All right. Gorgeous. Now, they also have this cool crown, which rotates and locks in place with this diamond cut pattern on there, which gives you good grip, that prevents from you know, damaging the watch when you hold it. And it's very cool because it's comfortable to the touch. All right, once again, I'll zoom in on that so you can get a better look at that. It's very nice little feature here. And you got the black button on the side there. All right, the watch does have a pin style bracelet adjustment, which means that it's pretty much one of those where you push it through and it's got arrows in the bottom, I believe, right? There they are. So you can see there, it's got arrows. There it is. You see right there, those arrows? Those arrows are, it tells you where exactly you should be removing the links, but it is pin style. So you push those pins out and it's pretty easy to remove it. And so you'll be removing that link and making the link smaller or the bracelet smaller for to make it fit your wrist size. Okay. It does have a tri-fold bracelet. So there you go, tri-fold. Very pretty straightforward there in terms of why they call it tri-fold, right? 1, 2, 3 pieces. Right, and it also has this cool, this is my favorite part about this G-Shock Mr. G series, that it has a locking mechanism on the watch. So let's see if I can remove this. I can show you guys what I mean. There it is, Mr. G. It's got a nice locking mechanism. So it keeps the watch safe on your wrist without accidental opening of the clasp, either by bumping it by something. So you lock it in place by pushing down. And now regardless of what happens, you can't open this mechanism, this bracelet, and that'll prevent any undesired damage or dropping of the watch. So lock it, unlock it by pushing it back up. I can do it here. And then now your watch opens up. There you go. All right, pretty cool, neat little feature there. The clasp has a locking mechanism to prevent the extra discharge. So that's funny, right? Men can appreciate that. You don't want any accidental discharges. Bagaboom! The watch features a screw down crown. Like I said here, it's got the diamond cut on the screw down. And it's pretty cool. I like that. I like the little added little look of the screw there, of the diamond cut. Just looks better. The crown also does serve as a water resistant by locking in place. It keeps the water from entering the module or entering the case of the watch, and they're keeping the watch waterproof, right? There's a 3-button operation on this watch. There are 1, 2, and 3 buttons. All right, for you guys that are not bilingual, that's 3. 1, 2, 3 buttons for this watch. Not a lot of crazy stuff, right? There's not a lot of stuff you got to do, but this watch is a bit complicated in terms of setting up. And we'll discuss that momentarily because it took me a while to understand how to function this watch, but it's not as crazy. Now, the easiest way to set up this watch is by setting up with a Bluetooth application. You can't go wrong. Please, I would recommend highly use the Bluetooth application. But if you are not tech savvy and you prefer to use it manually or set up the watch manually, I'll show you how to do that shortly. All right, so it's got 3-button operation, and inside the watch, you'll see a neo bright coating with luminescent hour markers. So let me turn this light off and you'll see what I mean. There she is. All the hour markers on the watch have luminescent neo bright coating with the luminescent hour markers, which gives you longer, brighter afterglow in the dark. But in case that's not bright enough and you can see that dies down soon, you just turn on the light. It does have a LED light on this watch, if I can remember which button it is. So let's see if we can turn it on. There it is. See that? Very nice bright light. You can set the light to turn on and stay on longer or shorter with the Bluetooth application. I'll show you guys as well. Turn this back on. So nice neo bright coating to make the hands on the watch visible in the night by the brighter afterglow. And the light itself, the LED light, is nice, very soft white light. Complements the watch very well. The watch itself weighs about 131 grams. It's actually very light. So it is, like I said earlier, it is titanium. So that we know the material itself tends to be quite light. So Very comfortable. It's not a big, robust watch. It's not gonna weigh you down. It's not gonna feel uncomfortable on the wrist. It actually feels very comfortable, and if you could feel you could feel the luxurious materials on your wrist without being too bothersome. Very comfortable, and that's what I think Mr. G was intended to be: comfortable and luxurious all in one. Now, the tech inside of this watch, you have Bluetooth technology, tough solar, multiband 6, which is one of my favorite functions. You never have to set the watch again. Pretty much, you set it in your counter or whatever, and the watch itself will sync with the 6 towers across the world, the one closest to you, obviously, and will sync the time to keep it accurate regardless of where you wear or not. Now, this may not receive a sync with the tower if the watch battery is low or dead or is a power reserve. So just a mental note, if you wear the watch often, you won't have to worry about that. You'll get the watch will absorb enough energy, enough sun, because it's solar, to make sure that the watch stays in sync with the towers. Now, this is not, it's at the end of the day, it is a quartz watch. It is battery operated, which is solar powered. It's not a manual. It's not an automatic watch, so you don't have to worry about rotating the dial and cranking it up and keeping it, which trust me, I love those watches as well. But there's something about a quartz solar powered multiband 6 watch that just makes it so much easier, very, very easy and user friendly. All right, so that's the technology. Like I said, Bluetooth technology, tough solar, multiband 6. And then let's talk about the dial inside. The watch has 3 sub dials in the dial. So you have one on the top at the 12 o'clock position, one there at the 9 o'clock position, and one there in the 6 o'clock position. There's also a small one right next to the 4 o'clock right there, hour marker, that 8 p.m. And I'll talk about that as well shortly. But let's start with the 12 o'clock 24-hour window. Now, this watch here, you have a 24-hour display. So if you're military time, or you like to see, for whatever reason, you work in an industry which requires 24-hour markers, you have that capability with the watch. You have a 12-hour window on the outside of the watch there, and you also have a 24-hour sub dial at the 12 o'clock position. At the 4 o'clock position here, boom, you have that the date window. It gives you just, the regular day of the month, which is pretty neat. Nice little touch. And then in the 6 o'clock position there, you have the dual times. You could set up dual times along with, I don't know if you want to have the time for Japan, or if you travel to a country very often, or you have loved ones in other countries or off at school, whatever the case may be. I give a zillion examples, but if you want to keep track of a secondary time, you do have that dual time window at the 6 o'clock marker position at that sub dial right there. Now, at the 9 o'clock position is where you get all the toys. You have the day of the week window on the top there, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I am special. I know my days of the weeks. And you have on the right there, you have the stopwatch, timer, alarm, daylight savings time, STDs. No, you don't have STDs. And then you have the bottom window, you have the high, medium, low battery indicators, which is neat. Very easy. Instead of having to guess what the battery level is, I'll show you how that works momentarily. And then you have the AM, PM window on the right there next to the 7 o'clock window. All right. Around the dial, you also have a C for connect, RC for if you receive the signal, and no and yes for indicators to whether the watch has received multiband 6 signal, yes or no. And then you also have on and off, where when you set off your alarm, you can find out if your alarm is on or off based on the watch, what it indicates on there. All right, you have the G-Shock on the top there, 4 screws on the bezel, and then you have the Mr. G logo in black on the bottom there. Okay. Now let's look at the back plate of this watch. It is not a screw back, which is interesting because I love screw backs, but it does have a nice fancy Mr. G plate on the back, which gives you the Bluetooth logo, light button, receiving, and tough movement 5526 indicator there, with your mode button there in case you ever forget which button does what. It does tell you there. Like sometimes I forget which button lights up the watch, but here it is, light right there. Okay, so let's discuss some of the functions here. Like I said earlier, you got the stopwatch. By pushing the mode button, you can switch over to the stopwatch. There it is. You'll see that the sub-dial there, the dual time sub-dial will point to the 12 o'clock position to start off, and then you start the timer or the stopwatch with the top button there. You'll see you'll go clockwise. So the second hand will measure the seconds, and then the dial, the sub-dial there will measure the minutes and the hours accordingly. Now to pause it or stop it, you push that button again, reset it with the button here. You'll see the hand swing back to the 12 o'clock position, like so. That's how you use the stopwatch. Pretty easy to use. You can also set up all these functions using the Bluetooth app, which is much easier than having to do it manually. But like I said earlier, I recommend you use the Mr. G connected app. Just makes it that much easier. All right, so next we push the mode button once again and switch over to the timer. There you go. And then you notice that the sub-dial now points at 2. All right, so you have 5 minutes and 10 minutes. So the hour hand points at the hour countdown timer, and then the minute hand points to the minute marker for countdown timer. So the watch itself will spin in reverse and counterclockwise motion for the hands to count down the timer, but has 24-hour countdown timers. But for most of my viewers only, you really only need 2 to 5 minutes, if you know what I mean. Sorry, guys. I know, yeah. Some of you guys need hours, whatever, right. So the countdown timer, you can see, I'll start it off again by pressing this top button here. You'll see it'll start moving counterclockwise like so. And there she goes, counting down the 5-10 minutes on the dual window. Now you can pause it again or stop it by pushing this button. And then reset it or start it up again. Okay, stop it again and then reset it by pushing this button. Bang, back to the 12 o'clock 0 position. All right, alarm. There you go. You can see the alarm is currently off. Notice how it pointed to off. And then both the hour and minute positions are pointing to 12 because the alarm is currently set to off. Now notice that I hit the mode button, it switched back to the home window, and the mode hand flipped over and pointed at the medium battery indicator. So once again, let me show you the guys. You hit the mode button to go through all your modes, and then once you get to the home position, I'll point and tell you what the battery life is or the battery strength on the watch is before it swings and switches to point to the day of the week. So that's how you tell the battery strength or battery power on the watch. Now, let's say you aren't able to connect it to Mr. G connected app and having trouble syncing the watch overnight with the multiband 6. So to set your watch up manually with the time, you first have to set the watch to the correct time. Oh, excuse me, the correct time zone. So you pull the crown until it unlocks, pull it out to the second position. And now you could turn this like so. And you'll notice that the hands move. Now, each one of these little dots represents a different kind of time zone. And I'll show you guys, look on your manual. There's actually a list of all the different time zones and time zone positions on the crown of this watch. Not at the crown, I'm sorry, at the dials of the surrounding the dial of the watch. So I'll show you guys a digital image of that there in case you don't have that to reference. So just select the proper time zone. Before you set the time, make sure you do that so that the watch is syncing and you're setting the time for the correct time zone before you move forward. So once you select the proper time zone and you want to select or set up your time manually, you push the crown, you pull the crown out to the second position. So 1 and 2. Once you're there at the second position, you push and hold the C button, which is the mode button there. Push and hold it until you hear a beep. All right, and now you're timing or you're setting the time manually. First of all, you have the minute hand So you see the minute hand swings as you move the crown clockwise to go in one direction. If you turn it fast, the hand will turn much faster like that. All right, to stop it, just turn the crown in the opposite direction to stop it. And once again, counterclockwise to turn that minute hand in the opposite direction. All right, stop it. Once you've selected the proper time that you desire, you push the C button again, and you'll see the hour hand there will flinch, telling you that the excuse me, hour hand is ready to be set up. So pushed it, it flinched. Now you can manually set the hour hand of your watch. All right, same thing, counterclockwise to go the opposite direction. Let's say it's 3:45, and right there, sure, 3:45. All right, now you push the crown again to C position. From you set up the time already, you set up the minutes, and you set up the hour. Now the next thing is the year end. So push it again. All right, so every dial here, every hour marker represents 10 years. So 2010, 2020, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and so forth. So that would be 2010, right? 2030, 2040. Let's do 2020 right there. Okay, once you select the year, you push this again. And now it says 2020, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this is the 4. So it'll be 2024. So 2020 will be, you have to point it to the 0 position, which would be the 12 o'clock marker, if that makes any sense. So the first is the 10th, and then the second push of the C button is the 1s. So for 2020, it was there first, and now back to 0 for 2020. All right, push the C again for the next one. Okay, so once you do that, now you're going to be setting up the date window. Did I push it? There we go. See that? Rotates the mode button, and the window button of the window for the date moves. So move the opposite direction. Should go back to 7. Slower. Come on, faster, 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 faster. There you go. So that's how you move it. Clockwise to move forward, and counterclockwise to reverse the date of the month. All right. Once you're happy with the time, all right, push the crown in, and you've now manually set the time. Okay. There you have it. Pretty neat. Now that we've discussed that, let's take a closer look of the watch. Let's do some macro shots so you guys can see all the fine details, including this beautiful rose gold accent around the dial. Let's go. And there you guys have it. The Mr. G B1000. Gorgeous watch. Beautiful watch. Put it on my wrist. All right, it's just for test purposes, guys. You know, I can't give my honest opinion unless I put it on my nice little small wrist. There it is. Look at that. Absolutely stunning. All right, guys, reach out to me. Like I said, I will have another for sale video coming out very soon with a lot of the some of the new inventory I've got. There's a lot of more reviews I have to do. So please, again, thank you for watching my videos. Subscribe and hit the like button, guys. That doesn't do much in terms of monetary value for you, but it does for me. It shows people that you are interested in my videos. It shows the YouTube gods that I am putting out content that you are enjoying, and that does motivate me. It does help with my monetization on my channel. So please smash that like button. Please tell me what you think. Do you think this watch is overpriced at $2,800, guys? The materials that it does come with are premium, but some people would challenge that this watch probably isn't worth that much. $1,800, I think there will be a lot of takers. If you're interested, please reach out to me. I put my email address in the body of the description. Like the button or hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thanks for joining me. Till next time, this is Chicago. I'm out of here, guys. I love you all. Take care. Be safe. Stay COVID free. And I'll see you very soon. I'm out of here. Peace.
I'm rocking my G-Shock, 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 I'm rocking my G-Shock.